to today's discussion. Today, I want us to discuss William Ruto's journey to Kenyan election in 2022, and by extension, his political journey. Ruto came from a very humble background. Grew up in the rural, went to school in the rural, and I think the only first time he ever came to the city is when he was joining the Nairobi University. He was born on 21st December 1966, and is largely a political student of two political geniuses that Kenya has ever produced. That is the former President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, the professor of politics himself, and the enigma of politics, Raila Amolo Odinga. He has served under the two. He has been a student of the two, and from my opinion, a very good student of the two. That's why it is very, very difficult to outwit Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. Give it to him. He's a very astute politician, very shrewd, and a master planner politically. He's largely a self-made politician. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification so that you're notified the next time we upload another video. Thank you so much. William Samoei Ruto started his politics way back in 1992 when he joined the Youth for KANU 92 to agitate for the re-election of former President Daniel arap Moi. He was the leader of the YK92, a group that was ruthless, a group that was feared by most opposition politicians and supporters because of the way it dealt with opposition. The group is blamed for a number of misdeeds, a number of human rights operations. Actually, some of the worst ever human rights atrocities of recent times were committed by the group. After President Moi was elected president in 1992, after it was the first multi-party election in Kenya, he disbanded the group, and Ruto tried several times to vie in KANU party nominations or other elections, and he failed. And it is believed the hand that was pushing his failure from behind the scenes was State House then, led by Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. It is largely believed that Ruto made most of his wealth from the proceeds of the YK92, and it's also believed that is part of the reason why he fell out with the former President Daniel arap Moi, because he found out he was misappropriating some of the funds that was meant for the group. In 1997, Ruto vied for a parliamentary seat in Eldoret North in Uasin Gishu County, in which he defeated President Moi's preferred candidate, Reuben Chesire. A person is currently being accused of slapping during those days. This did not augur well with the former President Daniel Arap Moi. This worsened the relationship that Ruto had with the former head of state. In the process, Ruto was considered an outcast during President Moi's rule, even up to his time of death. Seemingly, President Moi never forgave Ruto for some of the things that he did during those days, and seemingly for contesting against the KANU's preferred candidate, Ruben Chesire. Nonetheless, later he was appointed Assistant Minister in Home Affairs docket, and after the walkout led by Raila Odinga and NDP that also took some KANU stalwarts, he was elevated to a full minister in the same ministry. He was later to join ODM, an outfit that was formed after the 2005 referendum that was an offshoot of the Chungwa movement that represented the No group that was campaigning against the Kibaki-fronted constitution change. After winning the referendum, ODM was transformed into a party, Orange Democratic Movement, and it was led by Raila Odinga. Ruto was part of the group. In fact, he had contested in the nomination to represent the party in the presidential race, in which he became third. Raila Odinga emerged as the winner in the nominations. Later, in 2007, teaming up with his ODM counterparts, they mounted a spirited campaign. It is believed ODM won the campaign and the election that year, but the electoral body declared YK Kibaki as the winner. We all know what happened in 2007, the post-election violence and the aftermaths, the emerging government of national unity. Ruto was once again appointed the agriculture docket. Ruto was later to join hands with Uhuru Kenyatta after falling out with Raila Odinga after the 2007 election, in which he believed Raila should not have signed a deal with President Mwai Kibaki. He believed if Raila had stuck to his demands, probably Kibaki would have let go. He blames Raila for the loss because he signed an agreement with Mwai Kibaki, and so he joined hands with Uhuru Kenyatta in 2012. They formed TNA and URP. TNA was led by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and while William Samoei Ruto led URP party. In 2013, they won the election. They ran against Raila Amolo Odinga. The election was contested. The Supreme Court ruled against the ODM party and affirmed the Jubilee win. Later, a few years before the 2017 election, Ruto engineered a merger of all the parties that were under the National Alliance Party. He figured that if he brought all these parties together under his control, then he would stand a better chance of controlling both houses, that is the National Parliament and the Senate, and also all the counties governments, including the gubernatorial seats and the MCAs. To say the truth, it was a very brilliant idea, very brilliant. But the problem was in the execution. Ruto blinked during the drawing of the party constitution, and some articles and some rules that were sneaked into the constitution watered down his influence and gave very, very strong powers to the party leader and the party secretary general. A fact that came to haunt him much, much later when he was hounded out of the Jubilee Party. And this was the beginning of the Ruto fallout. Actually, by this time, people had begun to see the cracks in the open. The cracks were beginning to show in the open. Probably there was behind the scenes fights and behind the scenes feuds that we were not privy to. But by the time Ruto was being thrown out of Jubilee, at this time everyone knew all was not well in the Ruto camp. So, and this probably most people believe started right after the handshake. Whatever that transpired between the two, whatever that caused these feuds, whatever that caused these fights, we don't know. And we might never know in this election period, but probably we might get to know afterwards or read it in the history that will be written in the future. There's no doubt right now there's no love lost between the two. There's an all-out war of words, a back and forth. The president saying this and his deputy answering him immediately in public. It is very dirty. It is not good for the country. But from where I'm sitting, I think it only benefits the president and his Azimio group. And if I were Ruto or his advisors, I would go slow on the retaliation. I will go slow on the attacks on the president. I will go slow on anything that involves abusing the president or talking back to the president, because it is showing Ruto as disrespectful. It is showing Ruto as vengeful. It is showing Ruto as a man who deserves the treatment he's getting from his deputy. I must point out that initially Ruto was really calculative and he restrained himself so much from answering his boss. A move that was a bonus to him. A move that was, according to me, giving him sympathy votes. A move that portrayed him to the public as a victim. But his recent outburst, his recent combative mood is portraying him as an evil deputy, as someone who is someone who has been all along pretending to be humble, pretending to be calm, and it's only losing him votes. It's not helping him. I think the cat is already out. People are beginning to see the real Ruto. People are beginning to wonder if he can slap his cabinet colleagues. If he was almost slapping the president, what can he do to a common man? What do you think? Am I right? What do you think about the analysis? Please comment and let's discuss about this. Thank you so much, and please subscribe if you've not subscribed, and see you in our next video. Thank you so much.